Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me for this timeless pick a card tarot reading. To choose your reading, you're going to choose from one of these crystals or one of the cards I'm about to reveal. I always align my intentions for your highest and best good, and whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear it. So for reading number one, Zebra Calcite is the crystal. And for reading number two, Rose Quartz. And for reading number three, Amazonite. All right, let's shuffle the cards and match them with the crystals. If you're interested in the cards that I use, I list them in the description box below. And that's also where you'll find a link to all the readings. All right, for reading number one, this is the image. And for reading number two, this is the image. And for reading number three, this is the image. All right, let your inner wisdom guide you. Whichever crystal or image you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, if you're drawn to more than one, you're welcome to listen to more than one, as there may be additional messages for you there. Enjoy your reading. Hello, reading number one. You chose this image, and if you look at the hands, this is a mudra. Which if you choose, you can practice now. Let me read to you what it says. We need food for our spiritual and mental development. When it is lacking, we become needy, weary, dissatisfied. What nourishes us is everything which inspires, motivates, and enthuses us. Finding out exactly what our needs are, take time and care. We should not... All right, I had to get my glasses. We should test out what we discover to see whether it is truly ours. But even just a few minutes spent in our inner refuge can give us a lift and sate our hunger. Imagine a place which strengthens you with its beauty and harmony. What is it that gives you what you need, that sustains you? Think especially of people, hobbies, music, colors, sports, nature, travel, spiritual aspects. Your inner experiences and deeds are what keep you going. And it has a little mantra for you, a little affirmation. My happiness is within me. This mudra strengthens and fulfills the heart. Dedicated to the goddess of food and harvest. All right, so if you feel called to, you can practice this mudra while you listen to your reading today. The crystal that you chose is Zebra Calcite, which helps to clear old energies, dissolve stuck emotional patterns, self-limiting beliefs, stagnant energies in your aura. It invites you to see the gifts in your challenges, encouraging compassion for both your wounds and your strengths. It can help you stay rooted while making big internal shifts. It boosts motivation and courage. It can reignite determination when you've been feeling drained or doubtful, encouraging you to take aligned action toward your goals. It strengthens your aura, reinforcing personal boundaries while staying open-hearted. And it encourages releasing what no longer serves you so that your inner truth and soul's path becomes clear. All right. So it sounds like the cards have a message for you today about finding clarity and tapping into what really makes you happy, what really fulfills you, and following that. So let's see. How can you find clarity in what really fulfills you, what really makes you happy? All right, we have the Knight of Wands. The Death card. And the Two of Pentacles. All right, this is so interesting because I feel like this first card is directly tied to this mudra card, and this second card is directly tied to the zebra calcite. And I feel like this even looks like a little blade, like it can cut, and we see this cutting here. All right, the Knight of Wands. This is a call to actively pursue experiences that excite you, even if they feel impulsive or unplanned. The Knight of Wands thrives when there's movement, adventure, and risk. I mean, we have a volcano and a dragon. It's not about knowing the final destination yet, though. It's about chasing the threads of curiosity, passion, and vitality that light up your way. They're showing me somebody with a treasure map and clues, and following this adventure like a mystery where you have these clues and you don't know exactly what the treasure is, but you know there's a treasure. And so following that excitement, those clues, try new things as soon as you feel inspired to try them, rather than overthinking, over planning. Energy is found in motion, and if you wait too long, if you think about it too long, if you feel like the conditions have to be perfect, or you have to plan it just right. You feel like, oh, you need to do it on the full moon when Mercury's in retrograde. And when you feel like there has to be certain conditions, by the time that those things happen, that energy's already passed. You have to take advantage of that excitement when it happens and follow that thread while you can still see it before it dissolves. And the death card is releasing to receive. And remember, we talked about clarity, and look at the fog here. So true fulfillment often comes only after shedding what no longer serves, old habits, obligations, things that feel like chores or have tos or shoulds or supposed tos, but not want tos. Even how we perceive ourselves, our self-image, that has kept us safe but stagnant. And I say how we perceive ourselves, but what I mean is how we perceive others want to perceive us, if that makes sense. What is the mask that you put on for the benefit of others? What is it that you perceive you need to be, or who you need to be safe, to be accepted? This card is asking you to make space for the unknown by consciously letting go of what is draining your life force. Transformation is not a loss. Letting go of this is not losing something. It's clearing the fog. It's clearing the space for your next chapter so you can grow. And also, it's like you're trying to fly, but you're still tied to this. So you can't fly. So death is coming to help you to cut this, to sever this, so that you can fly and follow your adventure. So what's keeping you from your adventure, from your treasure hunt? That's what it's time to cut. And the Two of Pentacles is all about balance, which we talked about with the zebra calcite. We see the figure here literally balancing. Also, at the time that I'm doing this reading, we're still in the Lion's Gate. Yesterday was 8/8, and look at this. Even though this is a timeless reading, this energy is infused into this message. And that there's something about 8. It could be 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. So this card is encouraging you to balance responsibilities with play and to shift gracefully when opportunities arise. So you're clearing the path. You're clearing the old. You're clearing the shoulds, have tos, chores, obligations that don't actually have to be done, but you feel like you should do them. And some of them maybe you do have to do, but you're balancing that with the things that spark your interest. And doing that consistently. Try doing it consistently for the next 8 days and see how it feels. See if you can get to 8 weeks. And then see if you can get to 8 months. Before you know it, it'll be 8 months of balancing responsibilities and play, and maybe your whole life transforms. It's going to be a whole new cycle, a whole new season. They're showing me somebody holding water in their hands. Holding life like water in your hands, being responsive but not rigid, being adaptable. So yes, make time for both, but don't become so rigid in a routine. Be flexible, just as if when this cat jumps on this board, this figure's legs are going to have to bend and adapt to that added weight in order to stay in balance. And that's what happens is life moves, it throws stuff at us that we have to adapt to. And so being adaptable, not feeling like, don't turn the play into have-tos. I know I'm talking to somebody specific who they're like, okay, well, I'm going to play every day and I'm going to do my responsibilities. And then it becomes a have to. And then something else comes up that really is part of your treasure hunt. But if you're so rigid about your commitment to play and structure and responsibilities, you miss the clues that take you to your treasure. So be open to great things. Be open, be curious, and find that balance of being committed and flexible, of play and responsibilities. Reading number 1, I love your message. And I hope that if you keep this up for 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, you'll come back to this reading and let us know what was the result. And I hope you enjoyed your mudra. Let me know. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 1. You chose this mudra card, which shows you a mudra, which you're welcome to try now. It says, Riches Think Big. Dedicated to the God of wealth. You can use this mudra to relieve sinusitis, catarrh, and colds. Breathe in deeply several times. Become conscious of what you can smell, and then hold your breath for a few seconds. True riches are to be found within us, in a kind heart and contented spirit. Even so, having money in plenty is reassuring, and much good can be done with it. We can ask the universe for anything, anytime. It helps. Simply formulate and send off your wish, and then see yourself under a canopy of stars. A rain of golden coins is falling. You catch some of them and give them names: joy, love, courage, wealth, and so on. Some you keep for yourself, others you give away. And there's a little affirmation here. The universe showers me with riches, of which I am wise and generous steward. A wise and generous steward. All right. So mudras have emotional, physical, and energetic spiritual benefits. And I love that you have the rose quartz accompanying this particular mudra. Rose quartz is the stone of unconditional love, gentle healing, and open hearted living. Its energy is like a warm embrace from the soul itself. It opens the heart chakra and helps you receive and give love more freely, dissolving emotional walls and fear of intimacy. And it encourages you to treat yourself with the same kindness, tenderness, compassion that you offer others, softening self criticism. It comforts grief, heartache, and lingering wounds from past relationships, replacing them with peace. And it supports the mending of broken bonds and faith in the goodness of connection. It nurtures receptivity, emotional flow, and the gentle strength of the divine feminine. Its soft frequency can reduce emotional stress, inviting serenity and openness, and it can remind you that love for self, others, and the world is a direct path to divine connection. And I love that we have a similar message here. I'm going to put my glasses back on. True riches are found within us in a kind heart and contented spirit. So there's two questions here about increasing your self-love and increasing your wealth, your contentment, your self-love, softening that inner critic, and increasing your riches. So let's ask the cards and see what else we can find out. 10 of Swords. Oh, that is that. All those things we say to ourselves that aren't kind, that's what all of those swords are. Betraying ourselves. Abandoning ourselves. I see this figure running away. The good news is that it's a 10, so it's the end of that cycle. Oh, that one just flew on the floor. Give me a moment. All right, it's the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I see you believing in yourself, believing in your abilities. I'm hearing perfectionism, like perhaps some of these swords are, it's not perfect, it's not just right. And here you are enjoying what you're doing, and you're confident, and you're not critical, worried about it being perfect. And the 2 of Pentacles. This is the last card in the first reading. This happened yesterday. We had the Temperance card in all 3 readings, so we'll see if this card shows up in the third. That would be interesting. You know, it's so interesting. Look at the broom. There's a broom here that the figure is reaching for. There's a broom here and a broom here. So here it's hanging on the wall. Here it's laying on the ground. But here, the figure's reaching for it because It's time to leave the energy of this card. The mind working against you with these sharp words, sharp thoughts that hurt, the criticism, the mental overdrive. This is the point where this painful cycle can truly end. It's the invitation to declare ceasefire in your own mind. You can't move forward if you keep replaying past mistakes or failures, or even if you're not replaying it, it's still echoed there. So if your words are that it's not good enough, you may not be conscious of the story you're replaying, but it's tied to a story when you were made to feel like it wasn't good enough. And rose quartz brings that healing balm of forgiveness, especially for yourself. You're no longer using your thoughts against yourself. And you can speak to yourself the way you would speak to a friend. The things that you say to yourself, you would never say to someone else. And so I see you catching yourself saying those things and thinking, you know what? I wouldn't talk like this to so-and-so. And you catch yourself. That's the beginning of the end of this cycle. And it's huge. That's going to let you leave this situation. This is the dawn of it. It's happening. You may have already started to notice it. And the Eight of Pentacles is crafting with care and not punishment, because you no longer have that voice of criticism built into what you're doing. This is a season of skill building, improvement, and focus on your craft. And it's improvement without shame. So the shift here might be subtle, but it is powerful. And you're not using your work or your progress as a measuring stick for your worth. Instead, it's a place where you express yourself, express your love for yourself through dedication and mindful creation. And you now see opportunities. You see things as experiments. What happens if I do this? And then you recalibrate. Just like a chef who's like, what if I add a little bit of this as an experiment, and then decides, all right, maybe that flavor didn't work, or I just need to refine it. Maybe not quite as much of that flavor, or maybe a little more. Or a scientist. And never is it felt like a horrible mistake. It's all play and fun and experimental and a learning ground. So your practice becomes sacred when it's infused with gentleness. It's your voice is shifting, how you speak to yourself. And the Two of Pentacles is the balance, the grace of adaptability. The balance will help you integrate self-kindness, fulfillment, and financial growth. the more you allow a natural ebb and flow between work, rest, joy, the more you'll notice wealth and well-being rising together. Abundance grows in harmony, not in extremes. So you're becoming harmonious within yourself. I'm hearing you can do it. There's somebody here that wants to start something. Maybe you want to start a side hustle or your own business or venture out on your own rather than working for someone else. And I'm hearing from your guides, you can do it. So if that's you, that can be you. You can do it. Soften self-criticism, end the old mental patterns with a conscious vow to speak in encouraging, supportive, kind language to yourself. Reparent yourself. Become content and fulfilled, making your daily efforts about enjoyment and mastery, but not pressure. And you're increasing your wealth. Stay light on your feet, ready to adjust and seize opportunities. Remember, this is an experiment in the big and the little. So if you were making potions, maybe your potions are great, but you have to adapt how you market them. So little things within your product or service, and then bigger things as in how you manage your website, market it, meet people, work with distributors. All right. I'm so excited for you. Reading number 1. Please let me know. Or reading number 2. Sorry. Maybe you're meant to watch reading number 1. Reading number 2. Please let me know if this resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose intuition. Deep down, you just know. And this is a mudra. You can hold the mudra like this. I need to put my glasses on to read the other side and show you. Shell mudra is good for you, your windpipe and voice. I knew it. With this shell here in the Amazonite, I knew this was going to be about your voice. It brings inner calm and harmony and awakens your intuitive powers. The right hand symbolizes a seashell, and the left thumb the pearl within it. Your higher self, that part of you which knows what is right and important for you. With each exhale, sing out a long, deep, sonorous Om, a primal syllable which gets all your cells vibrating. See yourself descending deeper and deeper into your innermost recesses with every breath which you take. That is where your higher self keeps the answers to all of your questions. You become aware of stillness and emptiness, and you are ready to receive the inner voice. And your affirmation is, deep down, I know what is right and important for me. So if you want to practice this mudra while you listen to your reading, and the stone, Amazonite, Take these glasses off. Opens the throat chakra, helping you speak your truth clearly and without fear, while still being tactful and compassionate. It connects the heart and throat chakras so your words align with deeper feelings, creating harmony between logic and emotion. It soothes anxiety and emotional turbulence. It's calming energy, helps dissolve worry, fear, overthinking, replacing them with peace and trust in the flow of life. It supports you in saying yes and no with clarity, making it easier to protect your energy without guilt. It enhances intuition and inner guidance, clears the energetic static so you can hear your inner voice more distinctly, strengthening intuitive decision making, helps you step into new directions or necessary conversations with confidence, even when they feel vulnerable. And it supports emotional healing, especially for those who have silenced themselves in the past or felt misunderstood. Amazonite encourages reclaiming your voice. You're reclaiming your voice. And there's something I want to check because I know this is a different stone included in there. Give me one moment. All right. Okay. Yes, I thought so. It's black tourmaline. I just want you to see what that looks like, because you see these little rays coming off it. It almost looks like a sunflower to me. Black tourmaline offers powerful protection. It anchors your energy into the earth. It's grounding, it's energy clearing, cleansing. It helps you strengthen boundaries, enhances resilience, supports the root chakra, and helps you to feel safe, helps you to feel like you belong. It encourages perseverance, enhances resilience. So I love that. It goes so well with you finding your voice. Trusting your intuition. All right, we have the Eight of Wands. The King of Wands. Already what I'm seeing is, look at these boundaries. What is on a map? Boundaries, borders. It's like this mature part of you is pointing out the borders. These are the lines, the boundaries. And the Ace of Swords, clarity. All right, it's so interesting. Look at how all these figures' arms are raised. Particularly these two are the same, but the energy is so different. Their expressions look different. And then strong element of communication and air here. I mean, we see a tornado, and swords are air. She's thrusting her sword up into the air. Even the conch shell, you have to blow in it to get that sound. I'm seeing somebody who is in a classroom or a meeting and raising their hand, asking questions for clarification. You know, what if? Do you want me to do this? Like you're so afraid to make a mistake that you need this reassurance, this clarification, just to be sure. You just want to make sure. You just want to make sure you understand correctly. The Eight of Wands says, this is fast moving energy. This is swift signals from spirit. You already know the answer. Your intuition is already quick and accurate. The key is to not second guess yourself. That raising your hand, I just want to be sure. It's disempowering for yourself. It's like you don't believe yourself, and you're also disempowering yourself in the eyes of others. This card says that the message you receive through your gut feelings, signs, synchronicities, they are arriving rapidly and in alignment. Trust comes from acting on them promptly before the analytical mind talks you out of it. Similar message in reading number 2. Act when you get that psychic nudge. Don't wait for it. And they're showing me, again, I'm doing this during the Lionsgate portal being open. It's open more than one day. It reaches its peak on 8/8, but it's going to stay open until the 12th. Today's the 9th. I know this is a timeless reading, but the 12th is 3 days away from now. So if there's something you've been nudged to do, I suggest doing it within the next 3 days. If you're receiving signs and synchronicities to do something, do it in the next 3 days if you can, as soon as possible. And, Amazonite helps you interpret these flashes of guidance with clarity. And with black tourmaline, it keeps you grounded so you don't confuse intuition with anxiety. She does look anxious. It's like she caused this, and now she's worried that she can't control it. All right, the King of Wands is, leading your energy, direct your energy. Setting and maintaining boundaries requires sovereign leadership over your own energy. The King of Wands doesn't ask permission to protect his domain. It's like, this is my domain. These are the borders, the boundaries. He simply stands in his power with authority and presence. And that's what you're being invited to do. Stand in your power with authority and presence. And the Ace of Swords is cutting through the noise. It's the clarity. Reclaiming your voice comes from clarity of thought and word. This is a breakthrough moment where you can cut away old patterns of silence or self-doubt and speak with precision. Your truth will feel sharper, cleaner, and more undeniable. Look at the difference of these two. It's like she's kind of scared to raise her hand, and here she is thrusting her hand up into the air with confidence, the confidence of the king. And isn't it interesting that aces follow kings in the order? Going from wands to swords. Passion, creativity, action to clarity. So you get a psychic nudge, signs, synchronicities, spirit tell you something, you take action, you follow it, you own it with confidence, and then you get clarity. So even if you're, you want assurance so you don't make mistakes, but be okay with making mistakes. It's like, oh, all right. Well, I have clarity now. Now I know what to do. You learned from this, and that's part of the process. Don't try to avoid it. Trust your intuition, act on the first nudge without over editing. Stand firm, be consistent, and know you're not required to explain or defend, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, it's regal, it's kingly. You don't explain yourself. You're calm and you have a strong, confident presence. And name your truth with clarity and without apology. Reading number 3, so powerful, so excited for you. Please let me know how this resonates. And I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.